It'll be tough for a half a day and then we're done. And this has been tough for longer for us. Good. Good.
The news is breaking. Following Caitlin Clark's unexpected final choice on her future with the program, Kara Lawson has reportedly resigned from her position with Team USA Basketball, according to numerous circulating reports and online fan forums.
Because this is what life is about. Like, you don't get to control the length of your adversity. All you get to do is control your attitude and your focus and just work like heck to try and change it.
Insiders are shaken, fans are in disbelief, and the foundation of American basketball as a whole is under scrutiny.
You guys are continuing to stumble over your own feet because of arrogance, because of pettiness, because of jealousy.
According to reports, Caitlin has taken a stand after feeling disregarded, benched, and mistreated for months. Leadership at the highest levels is now being affected by the knock-on effects. We'll go into what many are claiming transpired behind the scenes, why Kara Lawson is being connected to this pivotal moment, and what all of this may signify for Team USA's future in this video.
Because you don't like the fact that this girl came in and became the face of women's basketball before she ever dribbled a ball in the WNBA, and you guys can't accept it.
Recall that a significant portion of material comes from leaks, unidentified sources, and media conjecture. Therefore, consider it a continuous story rather than an official press release. Nevertheless, it is impossible to overlook the patterns. Click the like button before we go any further. To ensure you don't miss the next development in this story, share your ideas in the comments section and subscribe. It seemed like a historic occasion as soon as Caitlin Clark put on a Team USA shirt. She wasn't your typical call-up. She was the player who sold jerseys, changed ratings, and attracted millions of new fans to women's basketball. However, reports state that the atmosphere within Team USA did not match the intensity outside, despite her significant influence both on and off the court.
You can't accept it, but you're willing to try to capitalize off of her.
Sources close to the issue claim that Caitlin was frequently benched during crucial moments, excluded from lineups for unclear reasons, and handled as though her presence was optional rather than necessary. According to the same sources, her voice was minimized or diverted while discussing the CBA and more general player concerns.
You can't accept the fact that she has the biggest fan base, but you can try to make money off of her. Y'all can go collect money with Project B. Y'all can go do all of this stuff.
It supposedly felt as like decisions had already been made without her, even when she attempted to participate or ask questions. The number-changing incident was one of the most iconic flashpoints, at least in the perspective of supporters. Is it true that Caitlin, whose number has become an integral part of her personality and brand, was made to wear a different number for Team USA?
That cool, whatever. You mean to tell me y'all are planning to push Paige Beckers as the face of USA Basketball over Caitlin Clark? Whoa, hold on a second here.
On paper, that action would seem insignificant, but to players and fans, it seemed like a clear message. Here, we determine who you are. The numbers spoke for themselves each time Caitlin set foot on the ground. The number of viewers increased. Engagement on social media increased. Videos became viral. In addition to watching Team USA triumph, fans watched to see what she would do next. However, sources claim that this reality was never represented in her role. It had nothing to do with entitlement. It has to do with reasoning. Why is this player being marginalized if she is the one who brings the world to the screen? What started off as mild annoyance gradually turned into something more serious over time.
Y'all already played games when she was supposed to be on the last damn Olympic team. All of that jealousy, you had Andrea Carter and Chinny Ogwumike getting aired out all over ESPN by Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp.
According to those close to Caitlin, the season was marked by conflicting messages and mental stress. She would receive accolades from the media one day. The next, she would be sitting for extended periods of time without saying anything. She was supposed to bear the burden of international attention, but she wasn't treated with the respect that comes with being a program's face.
If USA Basketball really wanted to go all out promoting women's basketball, bring new fans in and get unprecedented attention for a team that is dropped in TV viewership.
These narratives claim that the leadership actively took decisions that undermined her autonomy and confidence, rather than merely failing to assist her. It appears that she eventually ran out of patience. According to sources, She disagreed with both on-court and off-court discussions following yet another series of decisions that left her sidelined, under pressure, and in awkward situations.
At the Paris Olympics, they would have had added the photo of one other player to this graphic, but no.
Caitlin made what is being called a serious, deliberate, and emotionally charged choice.
I'm going to keep it real. She's the only player I'd have put on that graphic. The only player.
She expressed that, as a human being with a voice, feelings, and boundaries, she could no longer be a part of a system that treated her like a piece on a chessboard.
I mean, at some point, women's basketball has got to quit worrying about hurting people's little feelings.
She apparently expressed her dissatisfaction with being treated like a toy to program participants.
Siri, do you want to grow or do you not want to grow? You put Kaylee Copper, okay, Kelsey Plum, and I'm guessing this is probably Chelsea Gray.
Similar to a talking point or a logo. This wasn't an immediate response. Things was the result of months, if not years, of trying to make things work, trying to be professional, and trying to maintain her basketball focus while feeling more and more that her surroundings weren't designed to completely respect her.
You have power to affect your self-esteem and who you are as a person and how good a practice you can have.
Several sources claim that the organization was rocked when the final decision was made public. How to replace a player like this wasn't the only question. How did we allow it to progress this far? This is where Kara Lawson plays a significant role.
Don't give me the power. Don't ever give someone externally the power to touch you in that way. Because that's all internal, right? If you give someone externally the power to impact how good a day you're going to have, what type of attitudes you're going to have, how hard you're going to work.
Players, coaches, and fans all hold Lawson in high regard for her leadership, morality, and basketball acumen. Her career has been centered on respect, communication, and player development. People began making connections as soon as it was revealed that she had resigned from her Team USA position soon after Caitlin's decision. Reports and insider criticism indicate that Lawson disapproved of Caitlin's treatment over time. According to reports, she believed that the internal culture had strayed from player-first values and instead prioritized politics, favoritism, and power structures over justice and merit. Although we don't have her exact remarks, reports indicate that Lawson thought she could no longer support choices that frequently made elite talent feel alone, ignored, or controlled. In such situation, her resignation was more than just a professional decision. It was a declaration. Kara Lawson's retreat indicates that there is more going on here than simply one irate player or one heated exchange. It highlights structural problems with how players are treated inside Team USA's organizational structure, how stars are managed, and how disagreement is resolved. Lawson was viewed as a liaison between the leadership and the players. Someone who was aware of both sides. For anyone seeing, it would be extremely concerning if she even decided she could no longer be a part of the system. The consequences have been severe and quick. According to insiders, there is a culture of confusion and damage control among Team USA. The leadership group is being scrutinized more than ever after Caitlin allegedly took a stand and Lawson left. There are a lot of questions. Who made the crucial choices about messaging, jersey numbers, and rotations? Who didn't change despite the growing backlash? Before it blew up, who, if anyone, attempted to mend it? The response has been even louder outside the organization. As soon as these reports began to circulate, social media erupted in support of Caitlin Clark. Hashtags advocating for responsibility, respect, and openness started to gain popularity. Why one of the most significant players in the sport felt humiliated enough to draw a line in the sand is a question posed by fans. They want to know why Lawson, a well-known coach, felt compelled to quit rather than fight from within. They want to know if Team USA's culture is as cohesive and forward-thinking as the branding implies, or if there is a disconnect between the two. Partners and sponsors are keeping a careful eye on this. Caitlin Clark is more than simply a player, whether people like it or not. She is one of the main commercial drivers of contemporary women's basketball. Brands that have invested in her presence, her impact, and her capacity to draw audiences would undoubtedly question any organization that seems to diminish or push her away. Players like her risk long-term trust if they don't feel protected, respected, or heard in the national team setting. Leadership specialists and basketball analysts have also begun to provide their opinions. Many of them point out that deeper structural issues, an excessive reliance on politics, implicit hierarchies, ingrained favoritism, and a lack of proactive communication are all revealed by this whole situation. A program that is so accustomed to doing things a certain way may find it difficult to adjust when a new type of star enters the picture, particularly one who has significant cultural influence in addition to talent. Ignoring reality is harmful in addition to being stubborn. All of this has come to light due to Caitlin Clark's apparent stance. She didn't simply leave a poor rotation. Instead of being treated like a complete person with agency, she might have left a whole dynamic that reduced her to a symbol. That message is reinforced by Lawson's resignation. If reputable instructors are abandoning their values, there is a serious problem with the system. There are huge ramifications. Before the next big tournament, Team USA needs to stabilize leadership, adjust responsibilities, and make roster adjustments. However, the true effects are far more profound. Future and present top players are keeping an eye on how this develops. They are keeping an eye on whether Caitlin's choice is respected or demonized. They are keeping an eye on whether Lawson's resignation results in significant change or merely a quiet replacement. They are debating if Team USA genuinely cares about their welfare or merely their potential to win gold medals. 4 years to come, Team USA's approach to player relations, contracts, communication, and leadership choices may change as a result of this moment. The organization may emerge from this stronger, more contemporary, and more in line with the realities of the modern game if it uses this as a wake-up call, pays attention to players, and rebuilds trust. If it doesn't, it runs the danger of upsetting the stars who contribute to the program's uniqueness. Fundamentally, women's basketball is at a turning point. According to reports, Caitlin Clark has made the decision to defend herself in a system that ignored her voice and attempted to control her image. By resigning, Kara Lawson has shown that even reputable insiders won't continue to support that course of action. It is impossible to ignore the larger message, regardless of whether you agree with every detail or think some are overstated. Respect is no longer negotiable. Players are more than just resources. They are human beings. They bring vulnerability, leadership, emotion, and value to the table. The repercussions are no longer silent when that humanity is disregarded. They are open to the public. At this point, Team USA is at a turning point. It has two options: either it sticks to its old routines or it acknowledges its faults, pays attention to its players, and rebuilds trust from the inside out. The way this situation is handled will stick in the minds of the spectators, players, and sponsors. Please let us know in the comments whether you agree with Caitlin Clark and think that athletes should be treated fairly and have a genuine voice in the institutions they control. Click like, tell other women's basketball fans about this video, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. The game's future is currently being shaped. It is more important than ever to speak up and support these athletes.